Hi there, everyone. Welcome to the final run of Fast Pace for Pride 2025. I am absolutely ecstatic to be here right now. It's really quite the honor to close a marathon for the first time, and what better way to do it than to show two fast hedgehogs going fast.
Yeah.
I am FocusSight. Racing me today will be Labrys, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello. I like this game a lot, and so I'm really excited to share what Silver's got for you guys. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm honestly want to just say thank you to FPE for accepting us, not only just accepting us in general, but also accepting us as the closer. I am absolutely really appreciative of that. I also want to make note that we will, if we hit our goal of $4,100 by the end of this race, there will be an additional glitch exhibition which will show off the two hedgehogs you don't see here. So, please make sure to donate throughout this run. There will be ample times for donations to be read, and we will also have some lovely folks with us on commentary. You're not going to be hearing me and Lab speak because we're going to be busy trying to be the speediest silver hedgehog that there can be. So why don't I introduce our commentators? Mars, Sans, would you like to introduce each other?
Well, each other. Okay. So this other guy who's going to be joining me, this guy's Zans. He plays a lot of Silver the Hedgehog as well. He'll say that he doesn't really play much of the other two hedgehogs, but very knowledgeable about the game. Regardless, your turn.
Yeah, that's me. Then we have Mars, who occasionally picks up this game. More of a watcher, but knows his stuff pretty well.
I love to talk about things that I enjoy, and that happens to include Silver.
I don't know why I made you two do this, but I love the fact I did.
Yeah, we got it. Handshake.
Yeah, that went great. You're going to be hearing their lovely voices as we start a race here. And Lab and I are going to be concentrating on this. But yeah, get those donations in. I want to make sure we end with a really close and fun race. Everyone here is gonna enjoy it. So Lab, are you ready to end this with a bang?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, Mars, could you please give us a countdown?
All right, everybody ready? So, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's get him. Wait, wrong game. Sorry. Anyway, going into Crisis City here. Section 1, very fast. Blink and you'll miss it. You're going to be seeing Silver do what is come to be his signature tech for this run. This is going to be called a telethrow. Telethrow, normally when Silver throws an object, if he's standing on it, he will just automatically be forced off or forced into a jump. But if you're standing at a sufficient enough slope and you walk forward slightly, he can stay on the object, and that allows him to throw it again. And so, it's going to be a very important part of this run. We're going to be looking for any kind of sloped object we can find to telethrow off of. It's really cool.
Yeah, this run before telethrow used to be like a walking simulator, but it's really changed the category for the better, honestly. Some will say otherwise, but don't listen to them. Anyways, in Section 2, we are introduced to Blaze. We're not going to play her. We're actually going to be skipping her because it's faster to play as Silver in this. Normally, when you play casually, you're going to want to play as Blaze really fast. But we have a rock here, and as we know, an object equals a telethrow, and a telethrow is fast. So, Labrys actually getting popped off his rock happens kind of often if you don't pull up all the way on the telethrow. You have to be holding up to stick to the object. So, luckily Labrys is able to just hover to the end using levitation extensions. We can get more into that maybe a bit later while we go into section.
Both of them. So 06, folks missing it. 06 has a really funny mechanic where if you hold X or any button really into a low trigger, it will store the button you were pressing when you went into it, and it will give you that action frame 1. So as you can see, like on Lab's side, he held X while going into the trigger, so it just immediately gave him an X button press, which allowed Blaze to do her spinning claw, fire claw. You know, immediately.
Her homing attack is fire
homing
claw.
attack, fire claw. Yeah, funny naming moment there.
Yeah, she spins during it, but spins during the other one too. So
yeah, the other one's actually on fire. Yeah.
they did name it a bit weird.
Other thing to note there, because they started a new section but did not switch characters, well, did not hit a checkpoint after switching characters, I should say. After hitting the goal ring, Silver was just completely actionable there, and anything you do counts. So, you know, you can grab the 1-up, there's like a medal in that section and other categories, so it's great, you know, it's just free real estate, free 1-up. Hopefully it doesn't matter, but it could.
Yeah, moving on from Crisis City, we have our first boss of the run. It doesn't get much better from here. We have Iblis 1. No, like a bit of a learner's bane. It's really difficult to like get this boss consistently down every time. See both runners here going for a strat called bonus cycle. Lab ends up getting it. Basically, what you can do is you can throw the rocks in between his attack pattern, where he shoots all the meteors at you, and you can still hit him during them. It saves 3, maybe 4 seconds. The Lab getting a bit of an edge here, ending up in the lead, taking down the first boss.
And Silver's combat mechanics are definitely learner's bane, like you said. The main thing to note is that the order you pick up the objects in is actually the same order you'll throw them in, but they do always have collision with each other. So, like, Object 1 will be first thrown, but if it's behind Object 3, sometimes you can throw it and they'll just collide and they just go everywhere. It's like you gotta really understand which item you picked up when and how you can make the clearest path towards what you're trying to throw.
Yeah, pickup order is a very important thing for one boss in particular. Another boss, it's pretty difficult to maintain your pickup order entirely. So, but yeah, Silver combat in general is pretty difficult for that reason. Now we have the first hub of the run. Welcome to Foliana Forest. Not too much for us to do here. All we gotta do is get on this rock and another telethrow.
Yeah, not even hub worlds are safe from the infamous telethrow.
Let me know when you got a moment for some announcements.
Yeah, I mean, now is actually a great time.
Now is a great time.
Awesome, perfect. So, a few announcements for everyone. First, we're at $3,990.06. So we're $10 away from 4K. I think we can hit that really soon now. But we also have a poll that is open to determine who's the best hedgehog. Sonic, Shadow, Silver, or Amy? Yes, she's a hedgehog according to this poll. I don't know Sonic. Donate and tell me. We have a couple of donations if we got time for them.
Yeah, go ahead. We just got a Tropical Jungle here, which is just another quick telethrow at the end, so.
Okay. We have $10 from Ultimate Lifeform Enjoyer, who says, if the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have. Shadow is the best hedgehog, and I won't accept anything else. That went towards Shadow in the poll. And then we have $6.06 from Alice Ujasu, who says, here's $06.06 for Sonic 06. And that went towards Amy. Keep getting your donations in, everyone.
That's great.
Yeah. So real quick, you're going to see Focus go for it. Sorry, go ahead, Zans.
Yeah, basically, we didn't get to see it much on Labrys' side. Focus ended up missing the telethrow, so he's going to have to restart the stage. Meanwhile, we have Labrys Wave Ocean. So, you see this loop here, and Sonic and Blaze have a weird thing for their homing attacks, where if they perform it on a loop, there are loop splines which the homing attack will target. While the loop can actually force you out of hitting your target, making you go on infinitely, as we saw right there with Labrys, getting to a later part in the stage. Labrys ended up... Okay, So on that jump panel, there's an interesting interaction if you hold forward the entire time. You can just miss the intended spot spring and just go straight into the water, and there's no saving that.
Nope. You're just dead because you're stuck in automation. You like can't even move. And even if you could, I'm not sure if you could make it to any spring before you would hit the water. But yeah, 59 plus a little, what, maybe a couple seconds to. Alright, so let's see what Focus has got. Oh, looks like he's lining up.
Focus is going for a bit of a different launch, different part of the stage. There is a reason to do this launch. He's trying to do a different ending than Labrys. Unfortunately, getting sent to the wrong place and dying to the water. So, going to have to end up using a pause to buffer an X input. Because at the very beginning, you land on a dash panel, puts you into automation. You want to avoid that. If this is better, no, it's the same spot.
Scuff launch again. Let's see. Luckily he was holding X that time, so you didn't have to burn another life.
Maybe I'll talk to some people in the town.
Ah, man. Looking a little rough. Here on Labrys' side
is pretty tricky.
Yeah. There is supposed to be a forced mission here where you are supposed to talk to, I believe his name is Lord Regis, to get into the Dusty Desert portal, but anytime that there is a flat ceiling above you, you can like lift an object and it will kind of just push you through the ceiling because the box is flat, the ceiling's flat. It's really interesting. I do call that a lift exploit. So that's Focus lining up for this launch again. Okay,
and he got it this time. So from here, we're going to be hopefully seeing a trick from Focus known as AFC ASC. Ooh, first try. There's potential that this is fake, and it is real. So this is a spinning, an aerial spinning claw or an aerial fire claw. We touched on the names earlier. It's a bit interesting.
Oh, we're live! Yes.
That is an AFC in Wave Ocean.
Very nice.
It's a frame perfect trick that you can do on the ground or off rails. Basically, you have to jump as soon as you initiate your spinning claw, and you get to maintain all of this. But we can shift over to Labrys' side, where we are in Dusty Desert.
Waiting on a sand cycle right now.
Real quick, just want to say we've hit 4,000 total raised.
Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, in Dusty Desert, there's a sand cycle that we saw Labrys waiting on, where it will actually push a pot out of bounds. And in that, we were able to get straight to the goal ring, saving a lot of time over the stage, even prior to Telethrow, like a minute, I want to say.
Perfect.
Focus taking the safety save for lives. It's interesting to note, like, Dusty Desert is normally so indoors, casually, that you would think that, like, a telethrow wouldn't really be useful here. But, I mean, what's the opposite of an indoor stage? Just out of bounds. You just go out of bounds and then set up for a telethrow. And it's like, I've always found that super interesting because it doesn't really seem like the kind of stage you'd be able to skip by just flying straight forward, you know?
Yeah, there's not that many out of bounds this early in the run in stages. So it's very fortunate that we have a flat surface to lift into the ceiling there using the pot. So very easy out of bounds, although doing the telethrow out of bounds is pretty tricky with the kill plane. But now we have Sonic on Labrys' side doing a restart. He's kind of cool, I guess.
He's alright.
But in this boss, the goal is to not be as fast as possible. It is to get as close to 13 seconds or above. Labrys getting a 14.2-second time. And the reason for this is that it's went in A rank. So every mission, and well, missions don't give you gold medals. Every stage where we can get an A rank, it is preferable to get one. Gold medal loses about 5.5 seconds.
We have Focus
Here we go.
lining up for this lift exploit, where he is now out of bounds. He's going to grab that pot, and using the sand wave, he's going to push it out of bounds to go ahead and set up for the same telethrow. Now, positioning here is a little tricky. We cannot, for as much control over objects as Silver has, he cannot directly rotate the objects in his control. So sometimes getting the correct angle can be a little tricky, especially with like the handles and the pot getting in the way, but it's a little scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we can see it right there. Focus had to end
Yeah.
up doing some corrections because the angle he had was actually going to hit the stage boundary, so his pot would break. He did get past that wall, but however, it messed up his height, and there is a kill seal. So,
That normal
unfortunately
kill
hitting that.
off. They wrapped the whole stage in them. They said kill ceiling, guys. Labs in, you might see him setting up this sign against a wall. It's like, yo, what are you doing, man? Grab the shock bracelet. And it's like, no, we don't really want to, for a couple different reasons. But
Yeah, the shock
Yeah.
bracelet, as good as it is for combat, it's really going to limit us later in the run when it comes to some frame perfect tricks.
Eggman's base is ahead. Let's
Now we
hurry.
can say hello to everyone's favorite cat yet again, Blaze.
hey, Blaze, how you doing?
We can see, mentioned earlier, the handling objects thing with Silver.
All the enemies.
Focus having to try and get this object in the right position for a telethrow.
See, and then the handle's in the way, and it's just like, the handle's in
Yeah.
the way, you can't get a steep enough angle, and it's just...
There's, like, you can put it against the wall to shift it just by force. You can also let go of it fully, and sometimes it will go back to, like, what we call a natural rotation. I feel like these pots have pretty good natural rotation. But on
That
Labrys'
should be
side, we're hoping to see another AFC there. I mentioned before that you can do it on rails and on the ground. There's a few dash panels that give you a ton of speed. So if you do an AFC there, you're actually able to clip through the door to skip that combat. Fortunately, AFCs are pretty difficult due to the fact that they're frame perfect in a 60 frame per second game.
Where is the entrance to Eggman's
But
base?
now is actually the perfect time for any comments from our host.
Well, fantastic. I have donations here. I have comments. I've got opinions. First of all, we've now passed $4,000. We're at $4,010.06, putting us $90 away from getting that Glitz exhibition, thanks to donations such as $10 from Anonymous with no comment, but they did put that donation towards Shadow on the poll. And then we also have $10 to Gate from Alec K47, who says, the best Hedgehog is clearly anatomically correct Shadow. He's the edgiest, which makes the quadrupedal nature even funnier. You know what? I don't disagree with that. However, you didn't put it towards the poll. So I think, unfortunately, that opinion is invalid. You gotta put your you gotta put your comments towards one of the poll opinions, folks. And of course, every donation goes towards getting that Glitz exhibition. The poll is just for fun. So keep donating. We're $90 away. We can do it. And also, just tell us more Hedgehog opinions. I would love to hear them.
What's your favorite Hedgehog, Mars?
My favorite Hedgehog. I have always liked Silver. That is part of the reason why I actually ended up picking up and wanting to play this game. Like, as a kid, when I had this game with my older brother, we just, like, had one save file, and, you know, he's older, so he gets to do the I get first dibs, and he was like, I'm playing Sonic. And he's like, you can play Silver. And I was like, all right. And I just kind of ended up being like, oh, wait, this guy's actually kind of cool. You know, it's... Little brother syndrome is real, guys. Don't let people convince you that it's not. You know, the Tails over Sonic, the Robin over Batman. You know, like that stuff is real. You know, it's real.
I'm more of
I've always
a
loved Silver.
Shadow person myself, even though I don't run him in this game. I did do a bit of Shadow Jump. That was cool. Back to this. You're fighting Egg Genesis. There's not much to note with this boss. It's pretty easy. You have to do it in 2 cycles with rockets because you only hold up to 20, and Egg Genesis has 24 health. So we saw Lab hold on to a few of the rockets for his third cycle. That way he could get more ammo to finish off with it. A very solid 44-second time.
Perfect!
Can't push it much more.
His brother trying to do him dirty. It's true. He's like 5 years older than me, and he played Team Sonic and made me play Team Dark. Anyway. It's a white Acropolis for Focus.
Yeah, we can
Let me
end up
get
seeing
some
if
plays.
Focus will get the AFC first try. The beginning part of this is a bit interesting as well. There is this gate made of lasers, which there's just a hole on the side of it. It's not even a clip, it's literally just a hole.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to jump through it. You are able to do an AFC in this section, right off that rock he was launched off of. It is very difficult to do that AFC, and it only saves about. But while we have Labrys doing Amy's mission, but we see Focus get the AFC going straight to the store.
Focus. And by the way, we promise Lab is moving as fast as he possibly can. Amy, yeah, she's in this game. That's about all I have to say about her.
But
This
is Amy a
her best
hedgehog?
part of the run,
She is a hedgehog.
her only
Mhm.
part.
Yeah. It's like, you would think because Amy has this giant hammer that she would have a lot of range, but she really doesn't. Pretty sure it's coded that she actually has the exact same range in her hammer swing as Silver does with this tiny little stun slap, which is really funny to think about.
Yeah. Since we got to see Amy in all of her glory, if the host has time for a quick message, or
Yeah, for sure. Again, we are working towards that $4,100 to get the glitch exhibition at the end of this run, but we also have a poll open about who's the best hedgehog. Right now, Shadow is in the lead at $20. Amy is in second place at $6.06. A $6.06 train, anyone? And then Sonic and Silver both have no love yet. I think we need to fix that. Get your donations in, everyone. Tell us who's the best hedgehog.
Easy.
as a shame considering Silver's the main man right now.
Yeah. Cool thing to note there. The rock in S2 for Focus broke there at the end. Normally you want to have a full rock to do that last telethrow, but he was actually able to get a backup off of one of the pieces of shrapnel. And I've done it and I've seen it. Sometimes the shrapnel gives you really, really good angles. And like the one he got, you know, we got there, right? It's like it was didn't overshoot, you know.
Yeah, we got there. We can't complain about that.
We got there, yeah. That section takes so long if you don't telethrow it. It's yeah. Well, I guess not super long because you just kind of lift and go around. But
Yeah.
anyway, on Labrys, then you got the Heart of Wind. Zans, you want to tell them about the Heart of Wind?
So the Heart of Wind is a pretty cool item, probably the coolest in the game. It gives Silver a teleport dash, and as we can see, he's just broken now. There is no wall that knows. Well, there's actually a couple of walls that know the bounds of the Heart of Wind, but for the most part, Silver can just go through any wall. And also, it gives access to what we call a teleslide, where do two A inputs next to the ground, or next to each other on the ground, will move way faster than walking, and it's not frame perfect, so fairly easy to do.
Fan favorite telethrow happening here on Labs, then.
Yeah,
We're
welcome.
not just constricted to rocks and boxes and anything of the like. Anything sufficiently sloped can be used to telethrow, including the tiniest of shovels.
Welcome to Radical Train. Time to pick up a shovel and get to work.
Oh, sorry, I blinked. What happened? Where did the stage go?
Oh
My bad.
no, it's
I
wrong word? covered.
that's crazy. I just blinked. He's like done. That's huh.
Yeah. We did see, after doing the shovel telethrow, we saw Lab do an extended teleport dash off of it. This is one of the frame perfect tricks that will be used throughout the entire run, which lets you maintain your teleport dash speed until you let go of X or hit the ground. So this is the main, where Silver gets his main movement tech for the rest of the run, not including teleport. Telethrow's still gonna be around. Now we
Hey,
have
look,
Shadow.
That's that guy that you said is really
Yeah,
cool. You still
big
think-
fan.
Yeah.
This is the boss where pickup order matters the most. I've done some testing with this boss, and nothing's ever truly consistent. But I found if you pick up your objects in a right to left order, and then throw them like that, you're gonna get a ton of damage. As you can see with Labrys here, this is a very good Shadow so far.
Yeah, normally... Wow.
Yeah, that is about as
With
good
Shadow,
as it
it's
gets.
very important. 35. With Shadow, it's very important to like try and finish the fight before all of the barrels, before you use up all the barrels that are on the stage already, because they take a very long time to respawn. So you want to be able to get the fight done with what's on the screen already, and here we are.
I want to say each barrel has a 30-second respawn timer, which, as we can see, Labrys finished the fight in before he would have thrown any barrel. So if you run out of ammo at that point, you're losing a lot of time.
Yeah, 35 is really good. Like, that is... I'm still out here trying to get sub 50s. Here we,
A
here we
laboratory
are.
like this under
Speaking of here we are,
Soliana?
a laboratory like this under Soliana.
Those enemies look like they're guarding that
Enemies
door.
look like they're guarding that door. Let's start by getting rid of them.
This is
Oh man, you guys remember this part of the game where you play Shadow?
yeah.
No, me neither. Yeah. So, yeah.
At the start of that section, we can just immediately do an extended teleport dash backwards. From here on, I'm going to refer to it as an ETD. Shortening it.
And now,
But you can
now
do
we
that
have
to
the
get
ability-
immediately to the end of the section. We're going to keep using the ability to clip for section 2.
and we have the ability to ETD on Focus's side as well. I'm just going ahead and find the Heart of Wind. You die there at the hub because you don't actually lose a life. It's a little faster to get to where you are. But Aquatic Base, traditionally, like the only stage post Heart of Wind that doesn't really have like a quote required telethrow. It's a little short one you can do. It's fun.
Yeah, Spikeball telethrow
but-
is very cool. It is
Yeah.
actually breaking even with the movement it used to do, but it cuts out a few frame perfect. So,
Now we have this combat room where there's a bunch of enemies at the end here, and you have to destroy. You have to defeat all of the enemies in order to even spawn in the gold. And as you heard us talking about Silver's combat earlier, it can be a little tricky to do fast. What he's doing now is holding the worms and trying to use them to stun birds. And you just kind of throw all the enemies at the big guy, and there we go, spawn the gold ring. And we have the end of Radical Train coming up for Focus as well.
yeah, I want to say regarding the combat for Aquatic Base, the birds are the most annoying part of the stage because of how random it is for the stun. You need a bit more damage than you have from the worms to defeat the golem.
Mm-hmm.
So what sometimes can happen is the birds will stun and then just die, meaning you have to wait for the stun timer on the golem, which is not optimal. But Lab didn't have to do that, getting a pretty good time out of that. And now we get to do Shadow for Focus. We're going to see a bit of a different strat here, blowing up the train
Oh.
cars.
I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, this is interesting. I believe you can get like a 28-second time with this strat, but I found it to be a lot harder. Maybe Focus is something I don't, but so far the damage looks pretty decent. I like how he's
I
stunning
mean, Lab
Shadow
got a
midair.
35. We're probably looking at... Ooh, those barrels did not do the damage.
However,
they needed.
You do get a bit of a better respawn point for the barrels in the middle. So having to wait for extra ammo actually didn't lose as much time as it normally would. So maybe it's more of a consistent strat.
I love the barrel floating in the background on the results screen. Oh man, and we've got the infamous mission where Silver can just choose to absolutely do nothing if he really wants to. So this is Anna. She's got a secret. What is the secret? I don't know. You don't know either. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a secret. So you've got to go ahead and do this escort mission where there will be a bunch of enemies trying to stop her. And you can choose to just not go anywhere, because as it turns out, the enemies spawning is dependent on the location of your camera.
A laboratory like this?
And
Under
so
Soliana?
if you just kind of stand there, then like none of the enemies will spawn and it will never get stopped. Mission will end. But what you're seeing Lab do is strategically spawning the enemies in behind her, because when the enemies are near her, she speeds up a little bit before coming to a complete stop. So he's kind of spawning them in to kind of scare her along a little and get her to walk a little faster. It's really funny.
Right. We can see Bob McFloaty for a bit on Labrys' screen. He's just floating.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
while
just
we
floating.
see Focus's section for aquatic base, the host has anything to say, now's the time.
I was just about to ask, so perfect. We have $2.06 from Tempest Mask 1000, who says, I heard Sega was planning on giving Sonic a recolor until Silver said, it's no chartreuse. Much luck to my pal Focus, as well as Lab. Thank you for that donation. We are now $87.88 away from that glitch exhibition. We don't have a ton of time left, everyone. If you want to see more Sonic, you want to see some glitches, you want more fast-paced Pride, get your donations in.
Let's start by getting rid of them.
Yes, please get those donations to the glitch exhibition. This game has a lot of fun glitches that are not used in the speedrun.
Kind of a feel to. Yeah, there are so many things in Silver that it's like, yes, there's a lot of it involved and experience helps and all that, but there are just a lot of things in this category that I feel like can only really be described as vibes. So
You don't know how many times Labrys has asked me for help on a strat, and I just said, pretty vibular.
yeah, there are some things in this category that can only be described as vibes, comma, lol. And, that's what it says in my notes here. But, yeah. Just kind of just play it enough. You'll get a feel for it. Specifically for me, it's like ETDs, because they're frame perfect, but it's not like... And the inputs are AAX, but they're not consecutive frames. It's like AA wait frame of X. You know?
And it's not even like the A presses need to be that close to each other either. So, it can vary even more than just that.
Yep.
Here we have Labrys going in trials. In order to get to Kingdom Valley, we have to complete trials for whatever reason. I didn't pay attention before.
You gotta like prove that Silver is like worthy and the chosen one and can pull the sword from the wait, no, wrong story.
Hopefully clipping
yeah.
through a wall is good enough for them, because all we need to do
Yeah,
to complete that mission is make physical contact with
I'm going to stop
We
Dr.
can just
Dayton
kind
no
of
matter
clip
what.
into the cage.
Yeah, we set up a
As for
box
why?
to create a good enough angle between the cage and the box that, with enough speed, the right angle in the corner, you just clip. That mission's cool, I think.
It is
cool
actually pretty
missions.
cool.
While Focus is about to go into the escort mission, we are about to go into the Trial of Memory. This
This
trial,
is like the hardest part of the run.
yeah, I mean, it has the most
Yeah.
sections of any mission in Silver Story. We need to go through 3 portals, which is always in the same order, right next to where you spawn. It's not that difficult. So during this, if our host has any message.
Yes, I do. We are now at $4,016, thanks to $3.88 from Tempest Mask 1000, who says, one more thing from me. I'm shocked that Sans left his chair at Penny's Big Breakaways Beach to commentate this 06 run. Teach me how to yo-yo, goat. That went towards Silver, so Silver is now at $3.88 in the pool. Amy's still at $6.06, and Shadow is in the lead at $20. Sonic still has no love. Come on, folks, donate. Give Sonic some love. Because isn't Sonic the real Hedgehog?
debatable, really.
Yeah, we'll definitely totally be seeing him in the next stage, Kingdom Valley, like everyone remembers when playing this game first. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think about it,
Sorry to spoil it.
the real Hedgehog is Shadow.
I mean, he was the first one, like, chronologically, in terms of the series.
We're gonna focus, trying to make
Barrel Man.
Barrel Captain. Almost. Instead, taking out his anger on the captains. Yeah,
so
now we have
funny.
a real silver mission after our short break. This is a combat mission where the gimmick is get no objects stage. You only get projectiles from the enemy. One of the hardest missions because, as Mars mentioned earlier, one of those where it's just vibes.
Yup. I mean, Shadow was first. I mean, Shadow's, like, canonically, like, over 50s. Sonic's, like, 16. It's first chronologically, not in terms of the actual, series, I guess. But,
But does age
Chronologically
make
first.
someone the best hedgehog?
it's for the people to decide.
Indeed, we have another
I
donation when you have a
suppose.
moment.
That was a great time.
Okay. Whoa, donations are coming in. We have $5 to Gate from Mouseshy, who says, I don't have hedgehog opinions, but I do like pink. You know what? That's a great reason. That went towards Amy, who's now less than $10 away from catching up with Shadow. And that puts us at $4,021 raised. Come on, folks. We are less than $80 away from that glitch exhibition.
Yeah, speaking of
Oh, here we go.
glitches, while this isn't really a glitch, we're going to be using a lot of levitation extensions up this ball. Didn't really go into much detail about it earlier, but levitation extensions are a frame perfect extension of your levitation. The frame after you let go of hover, if you hold X, stun slap, you will refill your gauge and keep the speed of your hover, which is really important for getting up walls. You're going to be going for trial skip. All those trials we just saw Lab doing, Focus doesn't want to do. Actually, a strat that saves like 2 minutes RTA if you get it perfectly, due to the timing method of Six now uses, has not been done in runs. Couple years. So far, I mean, we got up wall 1 pretty fast. Now we're on to wall 2. There's 3 walls in this trick. Wall 3 is the hardest wall, I believe. And as you can wall 2, just a short little hover up the wall, going immediately to wall 3. This is where the trick gets. But while we see Focus going up that wall, we go straight into Valley. Labrys is performing a tele launch, where if you lift an object while standing on it, which the game normally doesn't let you do, actually just get sent straight up. And from there, do an ET straight to section.
Focus working on getting towards Kingdom Valley. We have Lab going into the second section. We are meant to play as the aforementioned blue guy, Sonic the Hedgehog, but we can skip that with yet again another telethrow. This one is a lot pretty involved.
Yeah, Sonic Skip is a really hard setup. Focus is getting way up that wall. But with Sonic Skip, you have to set up the box on that pedestal. Failing telethrow, that's okay. More time to explain it. And the angle of this box matters a lot for how you get to the later section of the stage. Unfortunately, the box is going off the ledge. It's okay, it'll come back. We need it to be like aiming a bit to Silver's left, or straight forward will also work. Focus finishing up trial skip. Should be over from here. That was very fast trial skip actually. Didn't talk about it for very long.
Or as you can see, Lab took all that time to complete the trials and their respective numerous loading screens, Focus is in Kingdom Valley.
Oh, Labrys popping off the box. That's okay.
Ooh.
With enough
We can still
levitation
make it.
extensions, we can still make it to the end. Going to be a bit slower than getting an ETD off the box.
We have an
Might
extra
be-
special donation when you got a moment.
Yeah, now is a great time.
Okay. We have $10 to gate from Labrys, one of the runners here, who says, here's to an awesome cause and hopefully a cool exhibition. Much love to all at FPE. Thank you so much for that donation. Also putting it towards Silver, who's now in second place in that poll. And that's now, everyone, puts us just under $70 away from that Glitz exhibition. These runners are going fast. We don't have a lot of time. We need to see that get met. Oh, with that, we have $25 for Sonic, putting Sonic in the lead from LZ. Thank you for that donation. And we're less than $50 away. Keep going.
Who would have guessed that Lab would have put it on? That one coming.
That's crazy. Man, Lab putting it on Silver. That's very surprising. No, it's but let's go. Silver's cool.
Yeah.
Silver is really awesome.
But while Focus is getting this box set up, we can explain the end of the stage. We saw on Labrys' side of it. There's 6 robots. 4 of them have 3 HP, and they give a lot of points. So this is a stage where you can do one of the A ranks I mentioned earlier, skip gold medal. Focus popping off the box, going to have to restart. You're able to kill a few of the robots with an explosive box, will not give you any points. That's one method to rank stage. See if Focus. Meanwhile, Labrys is in final stage of the run, Flame Core. Oh, unfortunately, hitting an enemy right there, re-angling the box.
Yeah. This is one of the coolest setups for a Telethra, in my opinion. It's like you grab the rings on the capsule and you use the spent capsule to set up the angle required. And I've always just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, Flame Core is the only stage that uses it, and not only does it use it once, in section 2 there is another use of the capsule set up itself. That's really cool. The Focus finishing up the combat here, while Labrys about to get through section 1. The few ETTs away from this jump panel. Section. They really perfect. Focus, 110 points off from an A rank. Unfortunate S rank, going to be taking a bit of time there. So in section 2 of Flame Court, we have a really cool telethrow setup. Said before, we have to get there first, so we're just gonna do a few flips of the doors with these. Lab going back for ring. This is a really easy part in the run to die because of all these enemies at the beginning, as you saw. Hit them, just a lot of lava all around.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to land in if you want to be fast, but we see Labrys going up the wall a bit. Now here's the telethrow setup. What we're going to be using is this wall to reorient the box here. And then we are going to put it on the capsule, try to get a max steepness telethrow. Never really mentioned it, but the steeper the angle of the object you're on, the higher it's going to be thrown. For that, we want a really high angle so that we can get out of bounds ceiling. The small hole we can fit through, the angle it just right. And now we can hover straight to the end where the gold ring is. Could be good from here. There's some kill planes, so
Yeah.
hope he doesn't get hit.
Should have enough height to not clip back in. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
And here we go.
Very nice time.
Now,
Still better than any time you would get without the shell.
and as Lab is going to be heading into the final boss, we've got Focus heading into the second section. Ooh. Nice buff.
Yeah, the meteor's a bit random here. Just you can actually get hit after this jump panel and have to hover all the way back. it's good we didn't see
It's
that.
so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah,
Or if you had no rings, you just died. There's nothing you could have done about it. It's...
could that have happened?
I wonder. Smile.
So we have Iblis 3 coming up. Iblis 3 is the final boss. This is the kind of only point of RNG in the run. Because Iblis is going to throw out these projectiles randomly where they can hit each other, blow up, and like, you want big batches so that you can do as much damage as possible. But at the same time, the larger your batch, the easier it is to have everything. Right there, it was really unlucky because actually landed on a puff and it messed up his throwing angle. Whoa!
Yeah, it like carried him backwards, and then he just... It was so hard to get the angle he needed after that. That's so... I haven't seen that one.
Yep.
Actually, maybe once.
Focus did not end up getting the telethrow, so actually going to clean the stage as normal here on out. Well, as normal as a speedrunner could. Meanwhile, Labrys finish up Iblis 3, hopefully getting around a 210. So, we have any time for some final messages from our host for the end of the run.
Indeed. We are $44 away from seeing that glitch exhibition. We do not have much time left, folks. We are on the final boss. So, !donate. Get your donation in. You don't need to mark it towards anything. You just have to donate. $44. We get more Fast Pace for Pride. We get more Sonic 06. We get to see some glitches. Keep going, everyone.
Yeah, there's not much time. I think it's going to be cut off as soon as Focus finishes the run. Here, hopefully going to be seeing 5 damage away from the finish for Lab. Focus doing a pause teleslide. You can actually pause and press A on the same frame to do a teleslide. It's a lot easier than just pressing the button, because I think it's a 3-frame jump window.
Yep.
But
It's
should be good
it's
for
so
Lab.
interesting that putting pause and A on the same frame also gives you an A press immediately after.
Time
That's
for Lab.
time for Lab.
We are just under $38 away. Come on, everyone.
Now Focus has to go through Iblis 3. Maybe we'll see a bit better RNG here, maybe getting a 155 or something. But hopefully for the glitch exhibition, hopefully it gets a 3-minute time.
This will be your end.
As a reminder, we don't see that glitch exhibition unless we hit that $4,100 total. I believe we can get there. $38 away. Come on, chat. We can do it.
Yeah, Focus doing a bit of a restart there to get better RNG. Ending up with 4 RNG hits. Pretty good. Doing a restart still.
This will be your end.
Really wants that glitch yes.
We got the glitch exhibition.
Let's go!
Oh.
Go!
Alright, Focus. No more restarting.
It looks like he got closer to his final form.
Yeah, he bought us the...
If we let him get close, try to keep him away from
Oh, man. He's gonna be happy about you gonna do that. It should be off.
Yeah, I don't believe it's gonna 220, honestly.
He
It's
sends
close.
out waves of flames, one after the other. You need
It
to
probably-
predict the next wave and evade it.
See if he goes for a very special ending, at least in my eyes. Yeah, you were just barely killing there.
Wait, Lab, you didn't get any gold medals.
That's not true.
You got some. You didn't get all of them.
Now, Silver.
Oh, man.
That's enough for time at least. We're gonna be standing towards the back here. There's these meteors that would fall off the platform normally, but if you're quick enough, you can still grab them. Don't know why they're placed there, but better there than nothing.
He's going for it.
Alright, so
He's going to try
final
to
telethrow of the run.
from a distance this time. Here it comes.
Oh boy.
You are using an object to hit Iblis, in which then Iblis will throw the god meteor or puff at himself, finishing the run. That is time. GG's to Focus. What a great ending.
GG's.
Really have Focus with us now in the call.
Might have been the worst silver run I've ever done.
It's fine. If that's as bad as
Your
it gets,
worst silver run
we're
has
fine.
trial skip in it. I think it's still a good
I had to
run.
do trial skip to make our estimate is the thing. I had to do trial skip to make our estimate. Is
We got there in the
the
end.
part.
Mm.
I
We
feel
got there,
real
we got there.
bad. I feel real. That took too long. Exactly, Silver. Thank you for making my point for me. I mean, Lab, congrats. You did an absolute. You put on an absolute clinic there. I had the worst. I had the worst wave ocean place and the worst dusty deserts imaginable. It was something.
If this category was not volatile, I don't know what.
I got all the
It
tricks
would
I
be,
wanted, so hey,
honestly.
I got to show the cool stuff off. It only wasted like 4 minutes. I even decided, as you
Listen.
probably saw, I decided to do kerfuffle because I knew I was losing, so I was like, let's see if kerfuffle works.
I mean, this run is hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like,
I'm glad I'm underestimate.
it's a
I'm glad
hard
I'm
run to
underestimate, and
really.
I hope it was a very
push.
entertaining run. I
Yeah.
mean, you could see how much trial. I put my heart and soul into trial skip, and I think you could tell from how quick Wall 2 was.
No, he did. He did.
It was very
He did.
fast.
It was a fantastic race.
I think, though, as I see here, y'all came through, and we have a glitch exhibition to get to next, so maybe I can redeem myself a little bit there.
Indeed, we do.
Right.
We have now raised $4,127.06 for Gate. Give everyone a huge round of applause.
Let's
As we
go.
I don't know if it's
set up
coming through the
for-
mic.
All right, let's go.
Let's get set up for that glitch exhibition.
We'll see us soon.